Yeah, we're good.
So we do this live stream every morning at 7 a.m. and 8 a.m. And I send you the link and we jump on and blah, blah, blah. So I sent it to you and then walked away and completely forgot. That's why it took me. So I started talking to my girlfriend and then I'm like, oh, damn it. Like, we're supposed to be live right now. And I come back and you're just sitting there, waiting for me. Sorry.
You know, I could go my entire life without telling you this, but I was only here for maybe a minute or two before you showed up because I had to take my kids to school.
Okay.
And my youngest wanted to dye his hair blue, which is fine. I wanted to try out something a little less permanent first, though. So I got the blue hairspray at the Party City. They have like, have you been in the back? They got like the blue section, the red section, the yellow section.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So I got some of the blue hairspray. Well, because his hair is so dark, we had to really cake it on there. So we left. He hadn't combed his hair, so I brought him back inside to comb his hair. You would have thought I was murdering somebody.
Why? Because it was hurting him or because of the
Yeah,
color?
it was so tangled. It was
Oh.
so tangled because I
Okay, so my
I
daughter
should
has
have waited for
super
today.
okay, my daughter has super, like, curly hair, and what I do and what I have to do with her is if you have this situation ever again where it's all tangled, you have to comb it while it has conditioner in it.
So, well, what happened was I put the spray in last night because I just couldn't wait. I wanted to see what it looked like, and so
Oh.
and so it's tangled this morning because the spray was in last night. So I was like, as I was untangling his hair, and he's like hurting. I don't want to tell him this is because Dad couldn't wait. He wanted to see, you know.
This is all dad's fault.
Right, right. You're in excruciating pain right now because I wanted to see what my 9-year-old looked like with blue hair.
Well, I'm glad he's okay now, and how does it look? Is it cool?
It's all right.
It wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth what you went through this morning?
I tried to go cheap. Well, I didn't try to go cheap. I just wanted to make sure they liked the color blue. That's why I got the spray. 'Cause, like the real dye and stuff is a little more expensive. I guess I should have probably started off with the dye.
So you okay. So you put, like, the spray that kids use for Halloween?
It's the spray that's in the blue section at Party City. So I guess that's for Halloween. I don't know. What is the blue section for?
Isn't
Is the blue section for
temporary
Halloween?
like, blue color only, like, $8? $10?
Three. What I got.
Oh god.
Three. What? What? What?
Because now I know exactly what you're talking about with the spray. It took me a second, but that's, like and that stuff is, like, hard hairspray.
Yeah, and it smells awful. It smells just the worst. He was smelling so much of that when I was putting it on that I was like, oh, I better ventilate this.
Oh, man, I think I
So
have blue temporary dye too. I think I have that dye. I could have brought you some. My daughter we've done, blue, purple, and pink on her
okay, yeah, we did blue. No, he
in
really
layers,
liked
like,
it.
I had all 3, and it's different these days because when I was a kid, there's no way my parents would have let me dye my hair. No way. I remember the first time I dyed my hair, I think it was a freshman in high school, and it came out, like, purple, like a maroon. And my mom and I went to the store to try to fix it, get more dye to try to fix it. And my dad said, "No, make her keep it that way. That's what she gets for ruining her natural, beautiful hair."
So when
And
I
my
was
mom's all,
17,
"I'm not going to do that to her."
when I was 17, my dad was adamant. Both my parents were adamant. You do not dye your hair. Like oh, they really had a hard time with me because they didn't know what direction I was ever going because like at one point my hair was like long down to my man boobs, and then at one point it was like short and I was all gothed out and I wanted to go like all black hair and Doc Martens. And they were like a ping pong ball. They were just back and forth. What way is he going now? So when I finally cut my hair, right? They're like, we're on the other end of this. I'm like, no, surprise. I'm dark and moody now. And so I'm going to dye my hair black. And my parents were like, no, you're not. And so I found a loophole. The place that was going to dye my hair was going to dye it eggplant, not black. And so when I came home, I'm like, this isn't black, it's eggplant. and they still locked me out of the house for 2 days.
Yeah. I think mine was eggplant, and we turned it black because that's like the only darker color I could get without it looking purple.
Yeah. No, I
Yes,
had
we
eggplant.
do, Cindy. Yes, we do. I've been asking him for years. I'm going to write his sister. I'll finally write her back. She wrote me like 4 months ago. Oh,
I
so
have
our
one of those
friend
somewhere.
Andrew, Orphan Andrew, is in Vegas right now with Joe, my ex-husband.
Okay.
So do you have Marco Polo?
I did, not anymore.
It's like a video chat app or whatever. So Marco Poloing them, and his mom is there with them. And my friend and I had some wine last night. And I go, you get to meet her first? And she's like, I've met you like 5 times. And I'm like, I'm a little toasted right now. So then Andrew and I reiterate the first time I met Andrew's mom was at a show at the in Stockton at the waterfront. And she was giving me drinks. And then my ex-husband Marco Polos me back because he was our boss at the time. He goes, you were working. I go, Andrew's mom was getting me trashed behind the scenes. You were working. We weren't even there for fun. That was work. And I'm like, yep. My bad.
That wasn't the only time, Joe.
No, Joe. Oh, God, no. Oh, no. Remember when he wouldn't let me tell people that I drink wine? And then now there's like whole events that we throw around Madden drinking wine.
There's been lots of times where I just went ahead and talked, Joe, and you never knew. Love you. We're like, you know what? We're really lucky that we were A, never siblings, and B, twins. Because we would be in prison for some sort of fraudulent.
We're lucky, or our
something.
parents are lucky.
Yeah, both. You know, I mean, I guess our parents first. You know, like moms
Yeah.
and dads, we salute you. You've done a great job. We love you. I guess you guys are pretty important, but also us, we're pretty lucky.
Yeah. Cindy, Wind Down Wednesdays, they're coming back. There was a few weeks that I had some girlfriends on there with me, and one of them I don't like anymore. So I haven't. So I just took a little break, but I'll get back to it. I just haven't really talked about it with anybody. So it was that. So I'm gonna bring it back though. I'll bring it back. You know what I'll do? I'll bring it back next Wednesday.
That's my favorite line of the day. That's my favorite. I was doing something with somebody, but you know what? Yeah, they suck. So no, not anymore. I was driving with this one guy. Turned out he's just awful. So no.
So not anymore. Not happening anymore.
I love it. That's my favorite. That's my favorite. You know, you know what I have learned? You know what? In my newly found independence or my post-marital life, I have found the word no more.
Yo, yes. No.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I kind of like it. I kind of like saying no to things and then just not being too concerned with how they feel about the fact that I said no.
Yes, like COVID for me was helpful in a way that I didn't have to say no. Like I just couldn't go or do anything with people I didn't like anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it got rid of a lot of people, and now I'm like, no, I don't want to do that now.
No.
No. We haven't hung out in a year and a half. I don't need to hang out with you now.
No, that's a hard no. Yeah. No, I've found no. I found no in my personal relationships. I found no in my you know, because I've never really been a confrontational person, but I've always just kind of said yes, and then just if it was a no for me, just not do it, you know. But I found the word no a little more, and I guess I kind of like it. I'm saying yes to no.
Yes, saying yes to no.
I'm saying yes to no. This is Ian Riley saying yes to no. I want this to be like fetch in Mean Girls or some other word. I want saying yes to no to be a thing. I want my shirt to say Ian Riley, say yes to no.
I think a lot of people will stop you for that shirt and be like, where did you get that? I want that shirt too.
Okay.
Just say yes to no.
Just say yes to no.
I think it's a great idea. It's a grand idea.
Ooh, here's what I want. I want my shirt to say, just say yes to no. And then I want the little dash and then Ian Riley. So it's like my quote, like they quote somebody, like Maya Angelou, believe them when they show you who they are the first time, and then they put a little quote like Maya Angelou. I want it to be like, just say yes to no, quote Ian Riley.
Did you just compare yourself to Maya Angelou?
No, not in terms of like how awesome somebody is. Just in that I want my name.
You know who I'm a lot like? Mother Teresa.
No, you're not. Not even 10%. But to be fair, none of us are. But like, especially not you.
My boy is visiting his friend, so I'm going to try to hang out as long as I can so that he can play with his friend as long as we can.
Okay, I think that's going to be awesome.
I know.
Hey, I got to circle back. If anybody is listening that makes shirts, I mean, whatever, I'll buy it from you.
Cindy, right there.
Does Cindy make shirts? Okay, yeah. Just say yes to no, dash Ian Riley. Small, like a quote.
I want a t-shirt made too that I've been trying to get. And every time I try to order it from a certain site online, I have to use PayPal, and I won't use PayPal. Something about it weirds me out. So I want Cindy to make it, but I can't say it on the live stream. Huh?
I used to be that way with PayPal too until a couple of years ago. I'm not joking. Like, I get it. It feels a little weird, But then, like, I'm also cool with buying a whole bunch of Dogecoin. Okay.
Like, I just don't understand why, if you have this business, online business, I have to use PayPal. Why can't I just use my credit card?
I agree.
So I don't like PayPal.
I'm busy writing my quote on Facebook right now. All right. I just did it. And I did a little dash thing too.
You just did it on Facebook? Is it all spelled correctly and stuff?
Probably not.
Is this a joke that's going to miss its mark like yesterday's joke?
There's a really good chance that it's A, a bad joke, and B, it's misspelled.
Like they had to be here for the yes to no conversation to get it?
Yeah. Yeah, but then also, if you're not here, where the heck are you? Right? Like, you should be here.
You don't know us.
I'm ornery this morning. I'm sorry. You know what? I've got a little bite this morning. Not bad. Like, I feel like I've got a little sass this morning.
I enjoy it.
Okay.
And you look a lot better in this live stream than when we started the show this morning. So did you go shower in between breaks or something?
God, no. I put some water in my hair and then did this.
And then put a cute sweater on.
And you know what I did? You know what I did too? I didn't even change the shirt that I slept in. I just put the sweater over the shirt and it looks okay.
You didn't have to tell. None of us would have known.
No, that. I know. But follow me for more hacks. Wake up and have to get on a live stream, but don't look like you're ready for a live stream. That's okay. I've got your back. Just put a shirt on over your shirt. Follow me for more life hacks.
Men have it made, man. If I want to look good for this live stream, I'd have to get up, shower, put on my makeup, do my hair, and I'm about to get in a hot tub after the show. So I'm not doing all of that.
This took me, I had to put aside like 10 minutes for this.
Men suck, man.
Like
I have to plan it out. If I am getting ready for something, I have to have at least an hour.
Put this in perspective. I have to spend nearly 1/6 of an hour to look like this. And nobody says, hey, good job.
You're a brat today. Somebody needs attention. You're like a house cat today.
I am. You know what happened? Honestly, last night, I didn't sleep very well last night. I'm honestly, truly operating on about 2.5 hours of sleep right now. Not for anything bad. Just, there's a lot of stuff going on, but like good things. I had a lot of things I was thinking about. I sat down and wrote some things down that I wanted to do. But we switched up some medications, right? And so one of my medications, I have to take it twice a day. And if I don't take it before 3 o'clock, I go into like tweaker status, and I'll be there at like 1 o'clock in the morning being like, what's going on? Because
we do show stuff. We email each other throughout the day. I'm assuming it's not your fault, but something super annoying is happening with your messenger this morning. You know the bubble that comes up when you're typing?
Yeah.
It's not going away. So even like when I could see that you haven't read something of mine and then you did read it, the bubble is going the whole time. It's been like that all morning.
Really?
I wonder if it's just me. So anybody else who is on Ian Riley's Messenger, let me know if it's happening to you too. But I've been noticing these last couple weeks, like you'll send me stuff for work at like midnight, 1-ish. I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah. No, my schedule, and it's not a bad thing. Like since the divorce, my schedule's super weird. And you know what I think it is because there's a week when the kids aren't here. And so down is up and up is down. And what difference does it make if I'm awake at noon or if I'm awake at midnight, just so long as I get my 8 hours in, and then you and I are doing the show the next morning, right? Which is not
Yeah.
healthy, but I get bored. And so I sit around the house and I don't board sleep very well. I've never got to sleep very well at all. So I just kind of sit here and then I just kind of wander. And so sometimes I'll just stay up. And so last night,
Okay. It's rare occasion for me to be up that late. I said to my friend this morning, I said, we were up late. And she goes, about 10. And I go, yeah, that's late. And you know how I know how late I stayed up? I have to go back and look through my drunk text to see like the last text I sent. And I sent like a flirty one to this guy that I've been flirting with for a while. And he wrote me this morning. He's like, where'd you go? So you can see the last one I sent all teasy. And then he replies and then poof, vanished. And this morning he's like, you left me hanging. What the hell?
so I don't know if dudes do this, but women, when they drink in dating, when you're just getting to know somebody, is one of the most frustrating things. Because I met somebody who and I didn't know that she was drinking as heavily as she was, but she was like, hey, let's meet up, let's have coffee, let's hang out, right, at her house. And so I got out there and there was no answer, right?
You
So I just
got all
gotta
the way to her house and she didn't answer the door?
well, because I wasn't sure which one was hers, and so I called and there was no answer on the
Okay.
phone, right? So 6, 7, 8 hours later, I get oh my God, I didn't realize how much I had to drink. I passed out. Right. So one, really glad we didn't meet up.
Yeah, because could you imagine if you did hook up with her? You would have felt terrible if she
Oh,
didn't like remember anything the next day.
I would have felt that big.
That
Um,
I was dating a guy before and I would like waited it out. I liked him. Waited it out, waited it out, waited it out until I got hammered one night. And the next morning I look at him and go, did we hook up? He goes, it was memorable for me. And now he's married to somebody else.
you're like, yeah, I know, but did we?
That was the end of that road. No, this guy I'm flirting with, like, it wouldn't be a relationship. It would just be a hookup. It's not
Yeah.
relationship material.
Well, and that's where, remember, we were talking earlier where I've kind of found the word no, and that was the thing that I wasn't really used to was that was kind of where I was like, you're probably an awesome person, but that's a no for me right now. For where I'm at, that's a no for me. Maybe later it's not, but right now it is.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's probably, out of all of this, that's probably the most healthiest thing about me that I've discovered, is that I'm okay with saying, just not right now. Maybe later, but right now it's a no.
Well,
And
because
being
I
okay with that.
also think that you're also like kind of realizing your worth. I think before you date anything because you thought that's all you can get, and now you know better than that.
Well, and that's how radio works. When you're a night jockey, you're just doing nights. You date whoever because you don't think you're worth that much. And then when you're on the morning show, then you sort of step your game up a little bit. And you're like, hey, I'm on a morning show.
I remember when I was an intern for the night jocks, my now ex-husband Joe was nights for the country station, and then our buddy Rico was nights for K-Hop. And they would invite women to the station, and then they would send me out. If she's hot, let her in to see the station. If she's not, just give her these CDs. I'm like, you guys are the worst.
See, when I was doing nights, I wasn't working at this radio station. When I was doing nights, okay, this time around before I got mornings, I was doing nights, but only for a little bit. And when I was more of an adult, not in my 20s. When I was in my 20s and I was doing nights, there was no bouncer. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah.
You had to get to the door yourself?
No, I'm just saying there was no screening.
Oh. Yeah, I was their screener. And then I married that guy, even though I knew for years that he was a dirtbag. And now he's still one of my best friends.
Which is cool. You know what? I'm really glad that you guys were able to pull that off. I really am. I really, really am. I don't see that happening for me anytime soon. Maybe in a few years. I don't know.
It's
But I'm
not
glad that you
for
guys got there.
everybody. And
Yeah,
it
I'm really
weirds
glad you guys
it
got
still
there.
weirds people out.
Yeah, it does to me a little bit too, but not in a bad way. Just like in a, oh, mom and dad do hang out sometimes.
Yes. So the first time, Just Joe, do you remember Just Joe?
Yeah.
When Joe and I first split, but we were still living together, or I may have already moved out. I don't remember. Just Joe was in town, and I went over to Joe's house, my ex-husband's house, to hang out. And then, like, an hour, he goes, "This isn't awkward at all." Joe goes, "What do you mean?" He goes, "I thought this was going to be super awkward with you two in the same room." I'm like, it's more awkward when we were married and hated each other.
Yeah. I'm sure we'll get there.
Yeah, we were terrible together. But he makes cute babies.
I love Just Joe. You know, so when he
He was
first,
in Vegas. He was in Vegas this week too, like 2
I
days
saw
ago.
that. I saw
Mhm.
that. When he first moved here, whatever it was, 20 years ago, he was telling me and our old boss Chase, he's like, "No, I teach golf. Like I'm really good at golf. Like I give lessons." Right. And so so Chase and I were like, "Cool, dude, show us some things." So we went out to Escalon, right? Escalon's a super short 9-hole.
9 holes. I love Escalon.
I do too. Man, like 5 holes in, dude, he's like breaking his clubs. He's getting mad. He's using language that a young man that young should not be using. He's not showing us anything of value. We are not becoming better golfers because of him at all. And I think right around hole 6, he packed up and went back to the car.
No, he did not.
And then he came back out. We were giving him a really hard time. Like he walked away. He walked away to collect himself. Because to be fair, Chase and I were giving him a really hard time. Like we were
I'm not even
really
kind of surprised.
because
I was wondering, I'm like, how many holes did it take for you guys to be like, you suck? Okay.
3. But he didn't suck. He was having a bad day because he actually is a good golfer. He was having a really bad day, a really bad day on a course he didn't know with 2 dudes. One of them, like he's never, like he and I, we've always kind of got along, but we never been super friends. So like he and I are still kind of getting to know each other. He knows Chase really well, so Chase is just going for blood, right? Because Chase knows him and he knows he can. I'm getting to know him, so some of my shots are coming in a little stronger than they should, and then some aren't coming in very strong at all, right? So like right around hole 5 or hole 6, he's like, "Why am I even playing with you guys? You guys are jerks right now." Like, yeah, I know how to teach golf. I'm good at golf. I'm having a bad day, and you guys are relentless. We're like, yeah, we're relentless.
Has
And
he
so
never is this his first time in radio?
right? That's what I'm saying. I'm like,
This is the job. I remember when I moved back from North Carolina, I was huge, right? Come here. Joe immediately sets me up with a gym membership because he doesn't like fat chicks. I'm working out every day. And finally, like 6 months goes by, I'm looking good. And one of our big bosses, I said, somebody thought I had a baby when I came back from North Carolina. And our big boss goes, "No, you ate a baby." I'm like, what the hell, man? I go, "Is that what you guys were all saying behind my back?" He's all, "No." And I'm like, "You're so full of crap."
"No, we were saying it when you were at the dinner table."
They're terrible.
For hours.
Radio, yeah, it's a rough business.
It is. You know what? If you spend, I remember when I very first came back, because our building now is very different than our building was 10 years ago in terms of like human resources, what we can and can't get away with. Like it's changed over the last couple decades.
Oh yeah.
And so I remember when I first came back, however long ago it was, 12, 13 years ago, and it was me, Orphan Andrew, and Joe, and I think one other person in the studio. I don't think you were there. I think you were home. But Joe and I started getting into like a who can take it to a 10 quicker competition, right?
Joe can go 0 to 10 real fast, dude.
Right,
like mean. Right. It's not even funny anymore.
Right. We both can.
Mm-hmm.
I check mine a little bit better than he does. Like, right? Like if he and I were around, I think he would agree that I check my 10s probably a little bit better than he checks his 10s.
Yes.
You think so?
Yes.
Okay. That day we weren't checking our tens. So like it got awkward. There was no bloodshed. We didn't fight, but it was one of those or I think Orphan was in there and like we both said things and then like Orphan looked at both of us like, so we're done now, right? Like no more? Like, yeah, we're done. We're done. That's times.
Yeah, and no, Andrew doesn't want any part of that.
But I mean, we were both like if you could get paid for slinging 12s in a 1 out of 10 competition, he and I would be bajillionaires. Like we were going.
Yeah, those roasting shows that make me uncomfortable. Like we need a radio roasting.
I don't know if I'm equipped for that anymore.
Well, the people in our building we grew up with. So everybody know, like for years. So we've worked there for years. Angie's been in radio for years. Richard, DJ, like Jamie, like Lucas. We've all known each other for years. We could go hard on a radio roast day.
Oh, we really could. Oh, that'd be a bad day.
Well, I don't want to be the one getting roasted. I'll be one of the other guys. But don't they all roast each other?
That's what I'm saying. It would be a bad day. Because hey, on Comedy Central, when millionaires are doing it to other millionaires, and then you get to walk away with your assistants and your $1 million cars, that's different than when you have like a whole bunch of middle class people roasting each other, and then there's going to be a few people that are going to lose their jobs or quit
because of it, and then you got all have to carpool home together because that's all we can afford.
That would be such a bad day. I want to be there. I don't want to participate at all.
We do roast Joe. And you know why, Cindy? Because he's not even here to defend himself.
Anytime I roast Joe, hey, to be fit, because you can get away with a lot more than I can. Anytime I roast Joe, I always preface it with, if he was here, he would tell you the same thing.
Oh yeah, he would.
Yeah.
He would. Especially now. He's a different man now too. Like he's not what he used to be. Kind of pisses me off, actually.
I don't have the same leash with him that you have. And then I mean, you did enough work for us that he is different now than before. So thank you.
All right, you guys. We will see you guys tomorrow morning. Bye.
Bye, guys.